Cozumel in Mexico is a beautiful tropical island that's popular as a cruise stop, but also for trips from Playa del Carmen or Cancun. And why not as a place to spend your whole vacation? Because there are many things to see and do, and it's one of the best places for my favorite activity, which is just chilling on the beach with a drink in hand. In this video, I'm sharing the top 10 best things to do in Cozumel to help you plan the perfect visit. Let's get started! One of the main reasons people come to Cozumel is the water, and places like Palancar Reef show exactly why. The water here is super clear, and once you get in, it feels like a completely different world. Even if you've snorkeled before, this felt a bit more special to me. You'll see colorful fish, coral, and sometimes even bigger sea life if you're lucky. Most tours take you out by boat and stop at a few different spots, so you get some variety. I liked that it didn't feel rushed. You have time to float around, look at things, and just enjoy being there. If you're into diving, this is supposed to be one of the best places in the Caribbean. But even as a beginner snorkeler, it was still amazing. It's one of those experiences that makes you appreciate how clear and calm the water really is here. One of the easiest and most enjoyable ways to spend a day in Cozumel is at a beach club like Mr. Sancho's Beach Club. These places are set up for a full, relaxed day by the ocean. You usually pay an entry fee or go for an all-inclusive option, and then you can just settle in and enjoy. You get a chair or a bed, access to the beach, and people bring you food and drinks so you don't have to move much at all. There's often music playing, but it's not too loud unless you're right by the main area. You can swim, try a kayak, or just stay in the shade and relax. It's a good balance between comfort and a fun atmosphere. If you want a day where everything is taken care of and you don't need to plan anything, this is a really easy choice. For something a bit different from the beach, visiting the Gervasio ruins is worth it. These are ancient Mayan ruins located in the middle of the island, surrounded by trees and nature. It's not a huge site, but that actually makes it easier to explore without feeling overwhelmed. Gervasio was once an important place for the Maya people, especially as a religious site. Many people believe it was connected to the goddess Cielo, who was linked with fertility, healing, and the moon. Because of that, people from other parts of the region may have traveled here as a kind of pilgrimage. Some of the structures are believed to be even 1,000 years old, so walking through the area gives you a small look into Cozumel's long history before it became known as a beach and cruise destination. Walking around, you'll see old stone structures, small temples, and paths connecting the different areas. It's interesting to think about how people lived and traveled here so long ago, especially in a place that now feels so focused on tourism. I liked that it wasn't too crowded and had a calm atmosphere. You can take your time moving through the site, reading a bit about the ruins, and enjoying the quiet nature around you. It's a nice way to add some history to your trip without it taking up your whole day. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please subscribe to my channel and click the thumbs up button as well. Spending some time in San Miguel de Cozumel is a great way to get a feel for the island beyond the beaches. The town has a relaxed vibe, with shops, restaurants, and a waterfront area where you can walk along the ocean. It's also the main town on the island, so it feels like the best place to see a bit of everyday life mixed with the tourist side of Cozumel. I liked just wandering around without a strict plan. You'll find small stores selling souvenirs, local crafts, and everyday items, plus plenty of places to stop for a drink or a quick meal. A good place to start is Benito Juarez Park, which is right in the center of town and has that classic town square feeling. From there, you can walk around the nearby streets, check out shops, and slowly make your way toward the waterfront. Another nice thing to do is walk along the Malecon, the seaside promenade, especially later in the day when it cools down a bit and the ocean views are really nice. San Miguel feels more local compared to the beach clubs and cruise areas, which makes it a good change of pace. You don't need a lot of time here, but it's worth visiting at least once to see another side of Cozumel and break up the beach routine. After doing some activities, it's nice to slow things down, and Playa Palancar is perfect for that. This beach has that classic Caribbean feel, with soft sand and calm, shallow water. It's not too crowded, which makes it easy to find your own little spot and just relax. What I liked here is that you can do as much or as little as you want. You can swim, sit in the water, or just stay in the shade with a drink. There's a beach club where you can order food and drinks without it feeling too busy or loud. It's a good place to spend a few hours without really thinking about anything. The water is clear enough that you can still see fish even close to shore, which adds a little extra to the experience. Playa Palancar is one of the nicest beaches in Cozumel and definitely worth a visit. It's exactly what you want from a beach day. If you want to see a more natural side of the island, Punta Eco Beach Park is definitely worth visiting. It's a large protected area with beaches, lagoons, and wildlife, so it feels very different from the main tourist spots. You can drive or bike through the park and stop at different places along the way. There's a lighthouse you can climb for a great view, and quiet beaches where you might not see many people at all. I also saw crocodiles in the lagoons, which was unexpected but pretty cool. It's not a fast-paced place, and that's what makes it nice. You take your time, stop when you want, and just enjoy the scenery. It's a good way to break up beach days and see something a bit more raw and untouched. For something that mixes a bit of everything, Chankanaab Beach Adventure Park is a good option. It's a park where you can snorkel, relax on the beach, and try a few different activities all in one place. A highlight here is the swimming with dolphins experience. You can actually go in the water with them and swim around. And there's also a sea lion show, which is very cool. I liked the variety of things you can do here without having to plan anything. The snorkeling is good right from the shore, and the water is clear enough to see fish without going far. There are also walking paths, small exhibits, and places to sit and relax. It's more organized than some of the other spots on the island, but still enjoyable if you want convenience. You can keep things simple or try extra activities depending on your mood. It's a nice option if you want variety without having to move around too much. One of the best decisions I made was renting a scooter and driving around Cozumel. The island has a main road that loops around it, so it's pretty easy to navigate even if you've never been there before. I liked the freedom of stopping wherever I wanted. There are small beaches, viewpoints, and little roadside spots that you'd probably miss otherwise. The east side of the island feels more wild, with bigger waves and fewer buildings. It's a completely different vibe from the main tourist areas. Just make sure you're comfortable driving and take it slow, especially if the road is quiet. Of course, you can rent a car too if that's what you prefer, but something about driving a scooter around a tropical island just feels so good. I guess the freedom of it. It's not about rushing around, but more about enjoying the ride and discovering places along the way. It ended up being one of the most fun and flexible days of the trip. One of the most memorable spots I went to was El Cielo, and it honestly feels like something out of a postcard. You can only get there by boat, which already makes it feel a bit more special. Many snorkeling tours I talked about earlier visit this place, and the reason why is kind of obvious. The water is super shallow and incredibly clear, with a sandy bottom that stretches out in every direction. Besides the El Cielo beach, there's also a shallow sandbar near the beach, where your feet can actually touch the bottom. What makes it stand out are the starfish you can see in the water. You're basically standing in the ocean, but it feels more like a giant natural pool. It's calm, quiet, and just really relaxing. I liked how different it felt compared to regular beaches. It's not about waves or swimming long distances, but more about just being there and taking it in. Definitely one of those places that sticks in your memory. Eating local food in Cozumel is something I'd recommend doing outside of your hotel or resort at least once. There are plenty of small restaurants where you can try simple Mexican dishes that feel more authentic than what you'd get in tourist-heavy spots. I liked just walking into a place that looked busy with locals and ordering something basic like tacos, grilled meat, or fresh seafood. The flavors are usually quite strong, but in a good way, and everything feels fresh. Prices are also more reasonable compared to resort dining. It's not about fancy presentation, just good food in a relaxed setting. You also get a better feel for the island when you sit somewhere local, hear Spanish being spoken around you, and take your time with the meal. It's a simple experience, but it adds a lot to the overall trip. And that's it for my Cozumel travel guide. Let me know in the comments below which of these 10 things you're most excited to do. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.